My name is Julia. I am 26 years old, and I have recently been diagnosed with high functioning autism. I am probably not the only person out there who has felt very isolated and misunderstood and has been undiagnosed for as long as I have. So the reason why I think that it's important for people to be assessed for autism is because now that I know, it has helped me a lot greatly. Medications for mental illness worked a lot differently for people who have autism versus people who are neurotypical. So if you are someone who might have autism and you do get assessed, you need to contact your general physician and psychiatrist immediately because that might be a reason why you have really strong side effects. So autism is a neurodevelopmental condition that you are born with. There is no MRI to detect autism. Your brain works fine. It's just that the neural connectivities are different, therefore you think and act differently. Usually people who are on the autism spectrum have certain talents that differ from each person that are a lot stronger than the average person, but when it comes to social norms, they deviate from it drastically. So for instance, people who have autism, they have a hard time with social interactions, picking up nonverbal cues, and verbal cues as well. Around February, I started therapy because I was struggling through going through life transitions. I was having a difficult time adapting to changes in friendships, in work, and in romantic relationships. I felt like I was communicating what I wanted, but I was being really misunderstood. I was having trouble with social politics. I didn't know why. I was really good at companies where there was more structure and organization than startups where you had to be like really scrappy and adaptable. So after the third session, my therapist, she sat down with me and she just gave me a really stern talk and told me, look, from the moment I met you, I have noticed that you might have Asperger's. And I was thinking to myself, like, what are you talking about? Because whenever I think of someone with autism, they usually have some sort of stutter or like bad eye tracking. And she told me, like, that's not the case. It's a spectrum. I find you to be very kind and intelligent, but you also are more blunt compared to other people. You're very literal and you think very literally too. So when someone says something but does something really different and you get confused, I think it's because you weren't able to like read between the lines. And I think that you should probably get a second opinion. So that night after seeing her, I went to psychologytoday.com and I typed in Asperger's specialist and my zip code, and I was able to find therapist number 2 who happened to be under my insurance. I was able to get 2 assessments from therapist number 2. The first assessment is called the ADOS-2 Module 4, Module 4 being an assessment for adolescents to adults. For the ADOS-2 Module 4, it was like an hour long. I was doing a series of different activities and interviews. And so after I did that, the domains that they were calculating for the ADOS-2 were communication and social interaction. So after scoring me on both of those things, I got a total of 7, which is the actual cutoff for people who are on the spectrum. And then for the second assessment, I took the ADIR. The ADIR, I actually wasn't a part of it. The therapist would interview my family member who had known me since birth. So after interviewing that person for an hour, they were able to get to score certain domains such as like social interaction, abnormalities in communication, patterns of behavior, and evident abnormalities before 26 months. I met the cutoff score for each of the three except for abnormality of development. Like I scored much higher on that. So like the cutoff for that one was like 1, and I got a score of 4 because it turns out like I didn't start any speaking until I was like 2.5 years old. And I guess I showed a lot of signs of autism at the time, and my parents gave me like indirect interventions. So yeah, like going forward, it's kind of like I have a sense of myself as to why I am a certain way and why I think a certain way, not feeling really ashamed about who I am, but learning how to refine and modify it. But at the same time, I do like embrace who I am. Like I am proud to be someone who's very direct, who's also considered very kind. That those are things that I'm never gonna like change or compromise about myself. But at least now I can focus on building the awareness to like understanding how to read people and how to screen people as well. So moving forward, I'm going to make some more videos. I'm going to make a video about what it means to be someone with high functioning autism, and also videos about like certain interventions that I'm moving forward, because I want to be like an advocate for mental health and be someone that can be there and show up for other people. So if you have any questions, please leave in the comments below, and I will see you later.